what's up guys, Benny here and welcome to Xbox On. With the Elite Series 2 controller finally coming out, we thought it'd be a great idea to give you our best setup and settings for the Xbox Elite Series 2 controller to get you started. So let's quickly go over all the new features for the controller and then, more specifically, the settings you may want to use for first-person shooters, racers, and also a remote control. Remember, you can customize pretty much everything with this controller to your own personal preference, so we'd love to hear your setups down in the comments below. First things first, let's take a look at the controller itself. When you pick it up and open the box, you'll see the carrying case containing the Elite 2 controller and all the accessories, including different thumbsticks, paddles, and also the tool to change the tension of your thumbsticks. Opening the case, the Elite controller is already set up with a standard configuration of two Xbox One style thumbsticks, which are by default on low tension. The controller itself has this complete wraparound grip, which is perfect when you're having those intense gaming sessions, as you won't lose grip on the controller if your hands begin to sweat a little bit. It's also got 3 different settings for your hair trigger locks, along with 3 different slots for custom profiles. You can edit these with the Xbox Accessories app, as well as a default profile, but it's those custom profiles which are going to be incredibly important for this video. It also features an inbuilt battery that lasts up to 40 hours, alongside a bunch of other accessories within your case for you to customize your controller further. You have 4 paddles, 2 mini and 2 medium. And remember that the paddles from the first Elite controller are also compatible with the Elite Series 2. There are also the 4 different thumbsticks, 2 regular Xbox One thumbsticks, which as we mentioned are already on the controller, and then 2 Xbox 360 thumbsticks alongside 1 domed and 1 tool. These can all be combined to help create various setups and combinations.
It just feels great.
Oh, I love the finish.
The weight feels amazing.
One of the Elite Series 2's biggest features is the fact that you now have shift key functionality, which can give you an edge in a variety of different situations that you may find yourself when gaming across different genres. And it's something you'll want to take advantage of to get the edge over your opponents. The shift key functionality means that you can give every button a secondary function, from your triggers to your X, Y, B, and A buttons, and even your D-pad. Some great examples of how you might want to use this feature is on your D-pad, you could use it to turn your TV volume up or down when you press the shift key. It's a small thing, but great for monitoring sound volume through different parts of a game. You can also go even further by making your shift key change your thumbstick sensitivity curve to fit certain situations in a game. For example, you may find that when you're aiming down sights in a first-person shooter, it's better to have a smooth sensitivity curve. So press down your shift key when you aim down sights via one of your back paddles, if that's what you've assigned, and your thumbstick will react differently. It's just a feature that allows you to fine-tune your controller's performance for specific situations that you'll face in different games. Now we're going to give you a bunch of different setups that you can use for your Elite Series 2 controller. Here's my personal top 3 that'll help you out in gaming, including if you want to just use it as a remote when watching Netflix.
We designed this for the top players, but it actually allowed everybody to play better.
This is my personal setup for the Elite Series 2 that I found works best for me after putting a whole load of time into shooters over the years. For my thumbsticks, I'll use 1 regular Xbox One thumbstick on the left-hand side, and then I'll use a tool thumbstick for the right. The tool thumbstick allows me to have better control to make my aim as accurate as possible. I then set the controller to have high thumbstick tension, and this gives me a bit more resistance when moving it, which in turn allows me to be that little bit smoother. This is crucial for those small adjustments that you need to make in medium to long range gunfights. Then I have 2 mini paddles on the back of the controller, which I change the function of depending on the game that I'm playing. The left paddle is always my A button, so I can jump easier, and then my right paddle changes from B in Modern Warfare to mount my weapon and melee, and then to up on the D-pad in Apex Legends, so that I can easily access my shields and meds. I set my hair trigger locks to the highest setting, allowing me to press my triggers as quickly as I can. I pair this with going into the Xbox Accessories app and making my trigger dead zones as short as possible to make them super reactive. I also disabled the controller's vibration, which is a personal preference as I don't like my controller vibrating in a gunfight on the off chance that it could throw my aim off slightly. Could make all the difference. Then I make my left thumbstick sensitivity curve instant, so I'm able to make in-game movement as fast and reactive as possible. So that combination is my personal best setup for the Elite Series 2 controller for first-person shooters. So give it a go if you're looking at what to try out. The Elite Series 2 is also great for racing games, especially if you plan on playing manual. One of the main things I take advantage of is putting 2 of the medium paddles on the back of the controller. The top left is for shifting down gears, and then the right is for shifting up. It then almost feels like you'd expect when you'd be racing a sports car for real, where your shift paddles are behind the steering wheel. Those paddles really do make a huge difference, and if you can also put a mini paddle on the top left and then move the paddle down if you want to use it to act as a handbrake, which works especially well in drift races. For thumbsticks, I'd use 2 regular Xbox One thumbsticks and then have no hair trigger lock on my right trigger, which is the accelerator, so I can control it as much as possible. And then on the left trigger, I do the exact same. Then on the left thumbstick, I change the left thumbstick sensitivity curve to be instant to maximize those reactions in tight races. And another thing I do with the Elite Series 2 controller for racing games is make sure that vibration is on max. So you can really feel the road, you can feel when your car's braking, so you can have the best race you possibly can. And then finally, I use my third profile as my media profile. So I've set the controller up to take advantage of all the actions that are available, from launching media apps to turning my TV's volume up and down. Perfect for whenever I just want to watch things on my Xbox. This is also a great place to take advantage of that new shift key functionality. Like I mentioned earlier, having up and down on the D-pad to change my TV volume, right on the D-pad to launch YouTube, and then left on the D-pad to launch Netflix. You can of course edit this to what you watch most. I then make the X button mute the TV. This is actually the only setup that I don't use any paddles on, but I'd suggest adding a paddle for every media app that you have on your console.
We take great care in designing this controller. It's been a huge, huge passion project for 3 years for a lot of people at Microsoft. We're just hoping that people love this controller.
So there we have it, some of my personal setups and settings to get you started with the Elite Series 2 controller. I honestly love it, and it genuinely does give me a competitive advantage because of that extra functionality. Make sure to share your best setups and settings down in the comments below and what you think about the Elite Series 2. Subscribe if you're new to the channel and smash that like button. We'll see you next time. Bye.